All right, so I'm just gonna give a quick overview of how georeferencing works. So I've got a scanned picture of the map that you all are going to be working with in here in the catalog. So I'm just gonna add this to the map, and you see, even though we're zoomed in on the Soho area of London, it does not show up because it hasn't been georeferenced yet. You get a warning that says unknown coordinate system. If I right click and zoom to layer, you see that it actually ends up in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And so the reason for this is actually assuming the coordinates start at 0, 0. So this layer is actually being shown right at the intersection of the equator and the prime meridian in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa, which, is not where we want it. It's supposed to be in Soho. So to fix that, you can zoom to your area of interest, and then under the imagery tab, you can georeference. So you click georeference, and then the georeference tab will open up. And so the way this works is if you hit fit to display, then it will automatically overlay the map wherever you want it, right? So I could move to another place, fit to display, it's automatically going to put it in. But we know it's in Soho, and I've got this bookmark set up, so we'll work with it from there. So I'll fit it back to the display. And then you can add some control points to specify where points on the paper map line up with points on the base map. So we can see that we're already centered on Broad Street, but things, the map is a bit zoomed in, so it looks a bit smaller on here than it does on the base map. So what we need to do is zoom out and find where things match. So we can see like street intersections, for instance. So let's do one point right where the Broad Street pump is at this intersection. How about that? So we'll add a control point. Let's turn this back off to make sure that we're going to get the right spot. And yeah, so we can do right here. And match it up. It looks like it fits to this intersection right here. So you don't want to do all the points in the center of the map. You want them to be fairly distributed across the map for the most effective georeferencing. So let's zoom out a little bit and look for an area that might be distinguishable. So we've got this curved road here and this intersection and all that. So let's zoom in on that and use that as a point. So we'll put it right here. And we'll say that goes right here. And then you'll notice the map automatically resizes. Things line up pretty well, but you see they don't line up perfectly. This is an old map being georeferenced to new streets. Things have moved around a little bit. Most of the streets are the same, but like constructions happen and stuff like that. So let's add a few more points to try and make things a little more accurate. You can see this intersection here. We'll move this one to here. And things line up fairly well. Now, you can get a more accurate georeference with more points, generally speaking, but it doesn't always work that way. Sometimes if you add too many points and they're not accurately lined up, you can end up with a more inaccurate thing. But we can see that, okay, this intersection, for instance, is a little off, so let's rectify this a little bit and just move this one to here. We can see that things start to line up fairly well. Let's get one in the top right-hand corner of the map as well, and then with 5 points, I think we can call it a day. So we'll just tag this intersection, we'll say right about there. Then you can either save the old layer, and that will add a coordinate system, or you can save it as new. Now, I've already done this and created the one that you're going to work with, so I'm not going to walk through the full process, but you just specify the location, set the cell size, and then you can export. You can close the georeferencer, and any unsaved edits will be discarded. Since I've already done this again, I don't need to save it. So I'll just click yes.